Hi everyone, it's Kristen. And a few days ago I took some footage, which was like a tour of my parents' garden our vegetable garden that we have with them. And the next day Bob picked a bunch of beans, and today I was snapping them and blanching them and freezing them. So I thought that maybe you would enjoy, actually I didn't. I was talking with Emily and she said, I'm sure I'll see that in a vlog. And I was like, you know what? I totally should be vlogging this. So I picked up my phone, took some footage, and I kind of showed you the process of what we do to snap, blanch, and freeze our beans so that we have them all winter long. So first you'll see the tour, then you'll see the blanching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, so we are out at my mom and dad's on the way home from camping because, as I mentioned, they're gone and we're handling everything here. So Bob is doing some spraying. This is the garden. I'm going to do my best to tell you what stuff is, but I can't be held responsible if I'm wrong. So over here are beans, green and yellow. They're interspersed, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. Green and yellow beans here. Those are carrots. And sunflowers?
Yep.
Sunflowers. I should know this considering I used to handle all this. These look like green onions to me. Like volunteers.
Forget what your dad said that is.
And then look, nice little steps my dad built up into their house is behind us. I'm not going to show you that. These I believe are zucchinis. If I am correct. I could be wrong. It's a great garden tour, Kristen. And I know that, obviously, these are all tomatoes here. I'm not sure what these are. Peppers. I think those are pepper plants. And then there's some hot peppers back there because Bob really likes those. So my dad always plants them for him. He's cute like that. And then I think... How am I going to get over here without falling? See, it's a bit of a drop off here. The stuff that we spray, by the way, the Bob was spraying is an organic spray. It's made up of a whole bunch of stuff, including milk. It's nasty, but it keeps things away. This, I believe, is pumpkin?
What?
Is this a pumpkin?
No, this is, that's cantaloupe, and the other one's watermelon.
Cantaloupe and watermelon. And then, what is all this?
Navy beans and kidney beans.
Oh, yeah.
Not quite sure
The
which
beans.
one is which. And we don't have any idea what that is coming out of the compost.
Yeah, this right here
Of some sort.
is a volunteer, and it comes all the way down here, which is funny. My dad's just like,
to stretch up on, go up the hill.
yeah,
Too.
my dad's just waiting to see what it is. But where are the cucumbers?
Right over here.
Oh, so something
A couple of them tomorrow too.
something I said was something else. Yeah, I didn't say I was a good gardener. My dad is.
Plants right here.
Oh, these two plants.
And then there's some.
I did say I didn't know what they were.
Squash. I think one of these are acorns.
Yeah, I was guessing that those were. Well, these are zucchini, aren't they? Up here.
Up there, yeah.
And then one of these is
And
squash.
then we have another volunteer one growing out of the old compost.
Yep.
We don't know what that
My dad composts everything because he's an organic gardener. Boy, that stuff really does smell.
Yep.
Good job, honey.
Thanks.
I handled the house stuff. Yeah, I left it unlocked for you. So anyway, that, as promised, is the garden. So that's not really a very exciting 31 days of Kristen, but it is what it is, and it was highly requested to see the garden. So I think I might go and show you guys the front flowers. One more view. Okay, I showed these last year when we were taking care of their house, and I just thought I would show you guys the pretty roses that he has. I don't know anything more about them except for the fact that they're roses, but there's some pretty pink ones, and these are real light pink. That yellow one is come and gone right now. That one is kind of a really, I bet that's going to be peach. Some white ones. Then he has all kinds of iris along here. Some of those came from my house when we pulled some out. So I'm going to add this little portion to the end. Well, you'll know. You'll already have seen the tour of the garden and show you some of the fruits of the labor of the garden. So I actually have already snapped some, which you can see in this big ginormous. This is one of those really big Tupperware. It's called That's a Bowl. So anyway, I've already done this many, and I have this many and this many to do. And I'm doing that while I'm watching Michelle currently. That's not really the best shot of her, but I don't appreciate this now, but I will appreciate it in December when we have fresh green beans in the freezer. So that's what's going on. So we, obviously harvest the things that are in there. And so then we'll boil water. This is our blancher. And we'll boil water in there, put the beans in. I think it's 3 minutes that they have to boil for. And then you take them out, put them in cold water, and then put them in freezer containers. So maybe I'll vlog a little more of that as we go. Okay, so I have all of the beans snapped, and all that means is just that I took all the ends off, and you snap each end and then cut it into, bite-sized pieces. And now, let me show you, hopefully without making you sick. I have the blancher over here with boiling water in it, as you can see. Not sure why I felt the need to show you that. And I'm going to put beans in the inside portion, which looks like this, in just small batches, so that then I'm going to fill the sink with cold water and cool them down. Okay, so water filling. I filled it up about this much. Okay, beans down in there. Make sure that they're all covered up. Set the timer for 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I should mention that the beans were all rinsed first, of course. I washed those. And then I have, these are the containers that we put them in. I think these are 1 quart containers. We put those in there, and then they go into our freezer. So, just thought I should mention that. Okay, so I literally put them in the sink of cold water, and then I use a spoon like this to get them out. This needs to be removed. And I use this spoon like this to get them out, and then I'll put them in there, and I already have another batch in there. Okay, so while I was blanching the next batch, I took all the beans out of here, let the water out of here, filled this one up so that I can switch back and forth. You have to switch it every time, otherwise it's not cold enough to stop the beans from cooking. Also, when you're filling them, any recipe you see for jams, jellies, freezing candy, that kind of thing, they always talk about leaving head space. What that means is like the space, from here to here, like head space. So I usually try to fill these just up to that line, like where this little ridge is right here. I try to fill it up to that, and that leaves enough head space then. Also, one note, I usually will do 2 batches, and then I will stop, add a little bit more water, let it come back up to a boil again, and then I will do however many more I have. Sometimes I only have 1 batch. It just depends on how many beans came out of the garden that day. So I hope that you guys enjoyed that. It was kind of impromptu, but I hope that you enjoyed kind of seeing how I freeze our beans. So if you go to the farmer's market and just, grab a bunch of beans and you want to have them, it really doesn't take long at all. It took me probably 2 hours beginning to end, but I also was doing some things in between a little bit, talking to some people in between. But I ended up with 14, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. 14 pint, I think I called them quart before, but 14 pint-sized containers of beans. And we will put those in the freezer, and that is just the first batch. We will have more. We split those actually with my parents, so don't think that Bob and I are trying to work our way through bean after bean. I do want to show you quickly, and you will have seen this container already in my kitchen gadgets, but I'm going to show you what I use to heat these up with. Okay, so as I've said, you've seen this before. This is the Pampered Chef micro cooker. This is the smaller one with the handle, and I will just take the frozen green beans, put it in here. I put it in our microwave for 2.5 minutes. I shake it up and I put it back in for another minute, and then they are perfect. And I can drain the water, like I said, right out of this because these are holding the beans in. So that's how I will prepare them for us to eat. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, spit it out, game. List them below, and I will be happy to get back to you as quickly as I can. And thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.